Where'd Ashley go?
I don't know. So I got some feedback last week, just from a handful of people that said this maybe not the ideal time. So I want people to sort of give me feedback if you're watching this on the replay, or you ladies, give me some feedback on if moving it a little sooner or a little like back. I don't want to move it too late. To be honest, I'm not gonna like show up my best um much later on a Sunday night. I do like to get in bed and get good sleep. Hi Donna, hi Ashley, on Sunday. But what are y'all's thoughts about having it like us getting together as a team at like 7 or 7:30 on a Sunday night? Like before people have to put kids to sleep, before like in between, like before or dinner. I think that would be after dinner for a lot of people, but before maybe people are sitting down and relaxing, watching TV or putting people to bed. What are y'all's thoughts about 7 or 7:30?
I'm flexible.
Good? Okay. So I may move it. So you guys just look for a time because I obviously want people to be able to be on live as much as possible. But yeah, maybe 8 would work. 8 o'clock Eastern time. I want to try and get it like, I feel like the 8 and 8:30 is really hard for people who are putting kids to bed. I know it is. I mean, it is in my house, but I chose this time because I didn't want it to be too late. So, but we may want to push it up earlier. So you guys, if y'all have feedback, if you're on live now or you're catching the replay, you go to bed at, yeah, well, yours are younger too. So mine are older. So they go to bed at 8 and 8:30. And then sometimes like 8:30 and 9. So we may shift it around. But tonight I wanted to talk to you guys about a few things. Actually, I wanted to share a book with you all. Not for you to go out and buy it, but just sort of a themed book, because those of us, like all of us, either, have read a lot of books about mindset, maybe a lot of books about like energy and things. And sometimes when I'm reading books with my kids, I find the simplest books really speaking to me as an adult, right? Like I love all these other like adult encouragement books, but this book right here, it's called The Energy Bus for Kids. You guys, you've probably heard of the Energy Bus, like written for adults, but this one, it's a story about staying positive and overcoming challenges. So we've been reading this a lot in my house, and so just sort of how to overcome like anxieties and self-doubt and things of that nature. It's a really good book. But one of the rules, it basically like gives you rules. I'm not going to read y'all the book. This is not story library time. But one of you could probably like look for the rules or whatever on Pinterest or something. But the second rule, I just thought like, wow, this speaks so much to me to share with you guys, because it's rule number 2. It says, fuel your ride with positive energy. And it's got like this like world, map, and it's about this little boy getting on the bus, and he's really, really negative in the morning. That's what the story is he wakes up negative. He doesn't want to go to school because all these horrible things are going to happen. People are going to pick on him. He doesn't like his food. He doesn't like the people. It's basically lining up his day with everything that he doesn't like, right? So I channel that as sometimes we wake up in the morning and we like are dreading our day because we have to interact with certain people. We have a meeting coming up. We have, to have a conversation with someone that we don't want, whatever it is. We have these things sort of bleeding into our minds and into, our hearts every single morning. And so this book is about him missing his school bus, and he gets on a different school bus with a different driver. And this driver is all about channeling positive energy into him. And it takes him through like a week, and he gets a little bit better each time. And so this one is fuel. So it's got him like with buses all over the world, but it's fuel your ride with positive energy. And basically his ride is his mindset, right? His ride is his morning waking up, and he's fueling it with positivity. So when he comes across those challenges throughout the day, he has a positive mindset. He has filled that tank up, but yeah, he's filled the tank up with good stuff. He's filled the tank up with positive, with affirmations, with gratitude, with all this positive energy. And so when those challenges come throughout the day, he's got that tank full of positivity. And when I've read that, I'm like, wow, this is like this applies so much to us. We're trying to grow, and we're trying to be better people. Yes, we're trying to grow our business, but we're trying to do that by helping other people, right? And what do we have constantly coming at us? We have our own personal challenges, right? We have our challenges within our homes. We have our challenges outside of our homes, within our work, with our friends, with our family. We have our own challenges with our own self-doubt, our lack of confidence, all different sorts of things that we have. We have those sorts of challenges. But what's crazy is whatever we have chosen to fill our tank up with, right? Like, what have we given our tank? What is in our tank? Is it positive fuel? Is it comparison fuel? Is it negative fuel? Whatever that tank is full of is what we're going to spread out when those challenges come. And so I really feel that, we talk a lot about morning routines. We talk a lot about, like, how do we start our day out and getting on that regular routine. Yes, we take our capsules. Right? We take our capsules. We take our lifestyle mix. I got mine right here, ready to go for tomorrow. We take those. We put on our DFT. We're doing that for our body, but what are we doing for our mind? What are we doing for our heart? What are we doing for our confidence? What are we doing to move forward each day for ourselves? So we can show up better for the people in our house, for the people outside of our house, for the people who we run into challenges. Because imagine, just take yourself on a day where you have fueled yourself with positivity. You have fueled yourself with the people, the things, the words, whatever fills your tank with positivity. You have fueled it with that, and you run across a day full of challenges. Imagine how you handle those challenges versus a day you wake up, you're running late, you snap at somebody, your spouse, your kids in the morning. You haven't taken care of that. You have now filled your tank with not positivity, with maybe anger, with frustration, with maybe you saw on Facebook and you saw something that you're super happy for someone, but you're thinking, why not me? Comparison, all of this ickiness that we don't want. We don't want that in our tank. But now you have that, and you go through that challenges through that day, and it comes time to hit that conversation head on, or it comes time where you've ran into a situation at work or with a loved one, or better yet, it comes down to where it's time for you to reach out and inspire and uplift and help other people in their life, but yet you're not there. Your tank is not full of positivity. Therefore, you can't show up for the things that you want to move forward with your goals. And so how can we, as individuals, make sure that we're on this bus every morning of our life, right? Like, we know we're taking our 3 steps. We know that we're doing that for our bodies, but how can we do it for our hearts and our mind? And so I can't answer that for y'all, but I can say that whatever it is that makes you tick, whatever it is that fills that up, doing it first thing in the morning when you wake up in the morning. I know for me, first thing in the morning that I need to do is my devotion. I need to set my day up. I need to read scripture. I need to pour into my heart. I need to pray. I need to spend time in his word before I go anywhere else. That's me. That's what fills me up. I need to immediately go to my gratitude journal. And y'all, I'm not always great at my gratitude journal. During this 90-day challenge that we're doing, this 90-day run, that is one of the things that I really am really trying to own and take heart in. I can tell a difference when I write down what I'm grateful for every day and my goals every single day. And so doing that, and then really, like, for me personally, again, it's the time. I can't get up. Like if my kids are waking up at 6, I can't get up at 5:45 because I've only given my personal time, my heart, my soul, a 15-minute window. I know what it takes to get me filled up with that positive energy. So when I'm running across challenges throughout the day, I can be there for those challenges in a positive way. I know the time it takes. No, I don't love getting up early. In fact, I dislike it. I strongly dislike it. But I know I need to. And so it becomes a necessity. It becomes a non-negotiable because I know that's what fills my tank up. And so I ask you, like, do you know what fills yours up? I see Jane answering, getting out and walking, like getting those endorphins, moving your body, devotion, all of that. I love that. The gratitude journal. Does anybody else want to share like what fills them up with that positive energy? Or if you can identify, and another question to you, can you identify the days that are positive and the days that are not? You don't have to share, but if you want to, I'd love for you to.
I'll share. I'm
Okay.
with you. Devotions and prayer time first thing in the morning. I can see a night and day difference when I do not get that time in versus like a day where I'm rush. Because when I do allow the time with devotions and prayer, my mind's in the right place and my heart's in the right place, and I'm just a so much better person. So yeah, I agree.
I love that. Thank you. Donna, getting up early. I can tell when you don't get to read. Yes. 4:30. I know. I hear you, sister. 4:30 in the morning. I know it. My 4:30, I've been doing 5. 4:30 is coming for me next week. I don't like it at all. No. Ugh. I don't like it. But I'm going to channel my positive buzz through it. So I really want you guys to like focus on, and I know people are going to watch this on the replay too, but I want you guys to really truly focus this week between now and our next Sunday night huddle. I want y'all to focus on really truly thinking about what it is. Hi Jess. Really thinking about like the positive things that feed that positivity. Feed that in your morning and making it a routine. Like the challenge is to do it for 7 days. 7 days of whatever is filling that positive bus, whatever is filling up your energy. Jessica, we're talking about this book. I don't know if you've ever read this book, The Energy Bus for Kids. It's talking about a positive mindset, waking up in the morning, and we're talking about what fills us up to be positive as we're running through our day. So I want to challenge y'all to think about what that is and to put it in place, to get an order, maybe play around with a few orders, and to look at how long it takes you. Look at like, okay, like to read the devotion, to have some prayer time, to write in my journal, and, whatever else I need, read, whatever it is, watch, something on YouTube, whatever it is. I mean, for you, it could be something totally different. Move your body, walk, whatever that is for you, see what the time is and stick to it for 7 days straight, even if it's 10 minutes. I mean, I loved what Lauren shared with us on one of the Zooms this past week was, hey, I need to bite the elephant at one bite at a time, not the whole elephant. I can't commit to getting up 30 minutes early or an hour early. I bite the elephant 5 minutes at a time. Because guess what? 5 minutes of feeding your heart and your soul with a positive energy is a heck of a lot better than nothing. And then you may progress. You may get to a certain, a very next and whatever it is, but really doing that, because I really wholeheartedly believe, you guys, that once you fill your mind, you start your day out right, you really get committed to serving yourself, yourself meaning your heart and your mind in the morning, everything else is better. When you have a child or a spouse or a family member that is grumpy, that is having a hard time with something, maybe that had a bad day at work, and guess what? It's getting taken out on you because you live with them and you're the easy target. Maybe you have, children or parents that are going through things. You have family. I mean, you have something that comes at you that you're taking the brunt of it. On that, you have that positive energy and not that negative energy to really, really filter through. So let me read what you're writing. Yes. Good. I love it. I love the deep breathing, the I ams. I was chatting with someone this weekend about affirmations, and we were talking about like they were sharing, they were like, I want to do affirmations. I want to have this positive energy in the morning so that I can feed the positivity throughout the rest of my day. But like, I don't know how to structure it. Like, I'm not good at structuring. I just wake up and I just sort of start life, right? So for me, that's very foreign. I don't understand the mindset of that because that's not how I think. But it was really cool to hear this person's perspective of it. And so we sort of walked through, like, does this person who doesn't automatically think like step 1, step 2, step 3 to fill my bucket in the morning, right, with my positive mindset, how does that person do it? So it triggered me, Joanne, when you said I ams, because we were talking about I ams. I think Paul must have done a call. I missed some calls because of the women's show I was at this weekend. But I think Paul must have done a call and talked about I ams. And so I ams, you guys, if it's not something that comes natural to you or that you think about it, write sticky notes on your mirror. And you don't even have to put them all over your house, but write sticky notes of what your goals are. Write sticky notes of the positivity. I am confident. I am, whatever it is that you want to channel, write that. Even if it's just on your mirror in your bathroom. Guess how many times you probably look in that mirror? Minimum twice a day, right? And if you're channeling that, if you are reading that positivity, you're channeling it, you're reading it, even if it's subconsciously, it's going to fill your heart. It's going to fill your mind. You are definitely going to get, filled up with whatever is on that message. So if you are trying to say, I am not comparing myself to others, I am not, being negative, I am not blaming other people for my outcome, I am, whatever it is that you are channeling, I am positive, I am going to commit to being grateful. Whatever you're channeling, just write it on there because it will eventually become a natural thing, right? It will start to create a habit. So filling up that bus, filling up the positive energy and finding a way that fills you each and every day. So does anybody have anything that they want to share or something that helps them in the morning? Donna, I'm reading your idea. Dry erase markers. I love that, Donna. That's awesome.
I change that about every 2 or 3 weeks, and they are my goals. And I use the brightest colors that I can find. Of course, I've never been a wallflower in colors. Lime green, orange, it doesn't matter. Just so it's bright. We have a huge bathroom mirror. So where I stand, it's all the way in a horseshoe around. So I have to see it.
I love it.
One that goes in my bathroom sees it.
I love that. I'm going to start doing that. Thank you for sharing that. I've seen like Rachel Hollis write on her mirror, and I'm always thinking that's such a great idea, but I never actually thought of doing it. So I love that. And you can change them. You probably just keep it right there. So that's awesome, you guys. Have it written, have that confident like reminder. The other rule that I wanted to share with you guys from this book, I'm trying to find it. Those of you that are just you just hopped on, we are I was sharing with them. We did not have library time tonight, but I was sharing with them this book that we've been reading a lot in my house because we have been needing to read it. But it's called, you guys have probably, there's an adult book called The Energy Bus too, but The Energy Bus for Kids, and it's about positivity and about starting your day positive. And a lot of the things that are covered in this book like very much relate to adult life, right? And so one of the rules, the first rule that we read was let me find it again. fuel your ride with positive energy. It's rule number 2. So that's what we were talking about in the morning, making sure that we fuel our mind, our body, our heart, our spirit with positivity first thing in the morning for when we face those challenges throughout the day. The other one that I wanted to share, which I think this is really important with what we all do, is it's rule number 4. And rule number 5. I feel like they kind of go together. It's love your passengers and enjoy the ride. So I oftentimes, not often, quite like all the time, I should say. And I am so guilty of this, you guys. And I have to remind myself of this constantly. But loving your passengers, loving people where they are, and not people thrive with us. People, experience CBD skincare because they trust us. They trust what we're telling them is true. They trust us, and we already know the products are going to work, right? Like, we know people put it on their skin, in their body, the products are going to work. But for them to take that step is they have to trust us. We have to love them. We have to love them where they're at, whether they're ready or they're not. One day they will be, maybe one day they won't be. But really, like, serving them and serving their purpose versus us getting a sale. I really think that is so important to lead with your heart. The other thing is enjoying the ride. So one of the things that I heard Paul say last week, I know he's done so many calls lately and I've missed some of them, but on one of the calls I heard him say, have fun. Like, enjoy the ride. So we're all want to be like further along than we all are. We all want to be to the next level like yesterday. We all want to have our teams growing at a rapid pace, but enjoying the moment, enjoying when you get that message back that said, thank you for not giving up on me. Enjoying the moment of someone messaging you saying, I feel more confident because my skin is brighter. My acne is gone. I feel more confident in myself. Thank you for helping me sleep better. Thank you for helping me earn $1,000 this month. There are so many things that we sort of sometimes take for granted. And I think the longer you're in it, it's almost like our kids, Jessica and I were talking about this weekend, like the gratefulness of our children. And like, it's sort of like Jessica used a great example about ice cream. I hope you don't mind me sharing this, Jess, but like, your kids get ice cream. Like, let's say you're on vacation, you take your kids to get ice cream every day versus the child who gets ice cream once and they're so happy and they're so grateful for that. But when you get ice cream every day, you're like, oh, it's ice cream. This is awesome. But I'm not like super excited about it because I have it every day. So we get stories back. We get positive things that happen, maybe not to us, but we're reading them, happening them to our team. And so let's not take for granted when we get those messages. Let's not take for granted when you've impacted someone's life. Let's not take for granted when someone says, yes, I trust you and I'm going to start this product with you. Because it's worth celebrating, and that is enjoying the ride and enjoying reaching out and enjoying helping people, enjoying having those conversations and enjoying your success. Right? Because guess what? There's a ton of people who haven't gotten to where you have, who haven't, moved in their mindset, who haven't reached, a rank, or who don't get their product for free, who don't earn some of the vacations, all of those sort of things. Those are those people. So really taking in, there has been points in this business where I have not enjoyed the ride. I have done it. I have acted as if and felt like it was more of a job and a responsibility. And that's just the truth. Like, I'm being totally honest with y'all. The moment that I take it back to serving and leading with my heart and helping individuals and enjoying every single moment of the ride and filling that bus up with positivity every single day is the moment that people come, and the moment that people are ready, and the moment that I am connected with the most amazing individuals. And it just happens. And I know that it is meant to be that way. I know that it doesn't happen when I am being selfish and when I am not serving others. I'm thinking of, what is it going to do for me? I'm not enjoying the ride, right? Yes, treating them like your first customer. I love that. Love that. Yeah, Jane, remembering how you felt in the beginning It's so true. And remembering what it felt like that first few days that you started thriving, that first few days that you were like, wow, and being able to channel that. And that is something I pray a lot about, that I never lose sight of again, because I lost sight of it and I didn't like it. I didn't like where I was. I didn't like my thoughts. I didn't like what I thought about myself. I didn't like everything about life at that point. And I know it was because I wasn't enjoying it. I was taking things for granted. I was taking people for granted. And I really want people to always know to enjoy it. Yes, sometimes I know we run across those challenges, right? But if our our bodies, our hearts, our mind are in the beginning of the day filled up with positive energy, when we run across those negative things, when we run across that self-doubt, when we run across that instance that we're feeling less confident, that instance where we are feeling like we're not good enough or we're comparing ourselves, that we have that positive fuel in our bus, that we know we are good enough. We know that we are our own individual and we are rocking it at our own individuality and not comparing ourselves. That is truly, truly when you can feel amazing, and people will. I really do believe that is what true attraction marketing is when you are you and you are putting it out there, but it's serving with your heart leading forward. So, good night. Sorry, going to bed. One of them's going to bed. I'm running solo tonight, so Matt's traveling. So I hope that helps you guys. My challenge for each and every one of y'all this week is to, and do this with the people who live in your house. We are definitely reading this book every single night in my house. I have a child who needs to read this book desperately a lot. And so we are really working on that. Like, everyone in my house is working on starting that way, going to sleep with positive energy, waking up with positive energy, and really, really making sure that through the day we have that bucket, we have that fuel, and it's positive. So when those challenges do happen, because guess what? They're going to happen. We know every single day we're going to be faced with something, someone, something that's negative or that's coming across our path that is trying to suck that out, right? But when we have a fuel tank that is full of positivity, then it's harder. It's harder for them to do. So this week, 7 days, that's it. 7 days. Hopefully you'll continue. Hopefully you'll see a change. Talk to your spouse, talk to your kids about, let's see about what are we going to do? Maybe you already have a great morning routine. Maybe you can tighten it up. Maybe you need to get back to it. Like me with the gratitude journal. Getting back to it, and whatever it is really, really, truly like filling it up and getting your day. And I'd love to hear you guys share. It's a great Facebook Live. If part of your goal is to go Facebook Live or to do stories, it's a great topic to go live about. I see you sisters. Y'all are on both sides of me right here. You're laughing at each other, or you're laughing at me talking about that. No, okay. Facebook Lives, I'm sure y'all were right here for me. But it's a great live topic, you guys. Like, it's a great live topic, talking about what your morning routine is. Or, hey, guess what? I've been challenged for 7 days to have a structured positivity morning routine. What do you, Facebook, do for yours? Like, these are great topics. These are great engaging topics that you can have and you can ask other people, especially if you really want to develop that. So I hope this was helpful. Y'all who jumped on a little later, we talked about the time. I got some feedback just from talking to people over the last week about 8:30 to 9 may not be the most ideal time on Sunday evenings. It's actually not for me either. I just sort of thought it was a great time where people were over dinner. So we may, if you guys have an opinion on it, that a time works for you, I'm really going to go with the majority. I'm going to make whatever work. I'm going to go with what the majority is, but we tossed out sometimes like after dinner, before bedtime, or before chill time with your spouse, like 7:30. I don't really want to do it at 9 because I feel like it's a little late on a Sunday, but I will if that's the majority rule. So if you have an opinion on it, shoot me a message, give me your vote, and we will go with the majority. So anybody have anything to say or add? Awesome. You guys ready for the challenge? Yeah? Good. All right, you guys, y'all have a great week. If you need anything, please reach out to me, and y'all have an awesome Sunday. We'll see you soon.